Good morning. It's time for our daily Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm Mr. Swigart. I teach 8th grade here at Shea Middle School in Social Studies, room 505. Well, we get a day off from school here coming up, and that makes everyone happy now, doesn't it? Now, I wonder how many of you even know or even care why we get a day off from school. Well, let me remind you. See, we take the day off to celebrate Veterans Day. For many of you, that means Veterans Day sales all across the malls and the stores in Phoenix, but that's not what I want to focus on. See, I've invited you into my room, 505, to show you my very important flag. Behind me is the American flag. This flag actually draped over the casket of a friend of mine. His name was John Catomio. His funeral was a military funeral, and John was a fighting Seabee in World War II. John was a veteran. Because we are close to Veterans Day, it's a day to remember those who sacrificed for our freedom. Like my friend John. Freedom is not free. Many lives were given up for the freedoms we enjoy. Many more were willing to put their lives on the line. The least we can do is remember that and say thanks. See, there's not another country that enjoys all the freedoms that we have. Well, sometimes we take those for granted. Sometimes we forget who risked their lives for those freedoms. Sometimes we get comfortable and we forget who died to protect our freedoms. So at least today and all the days surrounding Veterans Day, let's not forget the veterans who purchased our freedoms. And now as we rise to say the pledge, I think we ought to celebrate our freedoms. We should remember those who sacrificed and paid the ultimate price. We should also remember those who are willing to sacrifice. So now, let's honor them by pledging our allegiance with pride. Please stand for the pledge. I will get you started, and then you carry on in your individual classrooms. Hand over your heart, face the flag, and now let's honor them. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Now, let's dedicate this moment of silence as you remain standing. We're going to pledge it to all the veterans who have gone on before us and to those still with us. So pause with me now for a moment of reverence in silence. You may be seated. Well, I want to invite you to check out the Pillars of Freedom that are outside the Social Studies rooms by room 505. There will also be an evening with the veterans on Monday at 6 p.m. in the Media Center. That's Monday, November the 13th. I know it's 2 days after the actual Veterans Day, but that's okay. We can still celebrate. There will be an evening there in the Media Center, and everyone is welcome. We'll have a little bit of a tribute to the veterans, and then everyone will have an opportunity to look at the Pillars of Freedom. It'll be a good evening. But right now, we're going to show another video about veterans, and then we should have our regular announcement. So enjoy the video. Have a great day.